Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ace and I'm back with another reaction video. Here we go. Alright, so the time has come. It's here. We are officially on to the next era of the Madonna Expedition. Album number 3, True Blue. I keep hearing how this album is more mature, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that progression is going to be like. So song number 1 on the album is interestingly called Papa Don't Preach. So yeah, let's get into it and see what this is going to be about. I'm loving those strings. Is that Madonna? What'd she do to herself? Okay. Wow. All right, let's pause for a minute. All right, so I'm loving that classical intro at the top. That was so dope. That was so fire. Love it. I like how it kind of it just kind of builds to this danceable song, and it has a lot of urgency. The topic is very sensitive, and she's singing with a lot of feeling. But yeah, so far this is great. Let's keep going. Wait a minute, what did she say? Hold up, let's go back for a minute. What did I miss? Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Bear with me. I want to make sure I get everything. What's that? Anyway, it looks like she just popped out of her top. Okay, let's keep going. Very thick eyebrows. Uh-oh. Daddy's not happy. Okay. All right, Papa Don't Preach. Let me get into what I think the song is about. So the song is about a teenage girl who becomes pregnant, is choosing a baby over an abortion, and wants to marry the father. She's not thrilled about her circumstance, but has slightly romantic notions in her head, despite knowing that she's in for a lot of work ahead. The main plot is her having to contend with Papa's reaction to it all. She comes off as obstinate in her decision and tone. She's eager for him to accept the situation she's in, yet determined to not let him dictate to her. It also works on a shallower level as well. If you don't think too deeply about what's being said, this could be a story about a father who just disapproves of his daughter's boyfriend with the "I'm keeping my baby" line, meaning that she's keeping her boyfriend. So from a musical standpoint, the framing is very interesting. It's a dark song set against a rather bright arrangement. I like the pizzicato strings at the outset and the instrumental fade. The sharp string work I think is incisive and enhances the song. The song is big and very sleek at the same time. The drums are very booming, crisp, and steady. The bass line is pithy but tempered enough to not bear down on the rest of the instrumentation. The reverb on the dramatic synthesizers during the verses are effective. I like the wall of sound during the instrumental break after the second chorus and how it's led by the Spanish guitar. Lyrically, the song is very intense, delving into social commentary regarding teenage pregnancies. Madonna is taking a more traditional stance on this subject matter, conspicuously goes against type and seems a bit odd, but it does a good job of having you imagine yourself in her position and how you would handle this conversation. The pre-chorus is great. The lines, "the one you warned me all about, the one you said I could do without," are a tentative and somewhat eerie acknowledgement that she fucked up by not listening to him, and it's cemented with that "and I don't mean maybe" line. Vocally, Madonna's never sounded better. Her tone and pitch here is very bold, vigorous, and steady. She totally sells the song and damn near veers into like big voice diva territory with the forceful way she attacks the notes and holds some of them. The video. So I don't think Madonna's had a video with this much urban edge since Borderline. The anthology of scenes during the string-led opening was cool. We see the Statue of Liberty, city streets, breakdancing b-boys, basketball playing, kids fighting, and a baby. Basically real life on display. I recognize her father, played by Danny Aiello from The Godfather and Do the Right Thing. We see a backstory showing how it's always been her and her old man. He's obviously raised her as a single father, so they've always been close. The video does a good job of laying out like a storyline that outlines the relationships between her and her father and her boyfriend. Both seem to genuinely care about her, so much so that she's like caught in the middle. The dude who got her pregnant is shown working an honest job and doting on her in the meantime, so he seems decent. So there's really no bad apples in the story, which is charming. In the performance clips, Madonna comes off as both dainty and quasi-aggressive in her choreography. In the story clip, she comes off like a pixie tomboy who already has some like maternal instincts. She's assuming home responsibilities, washing dishes, making dinner for her old man, and she seems seemingly devoted to him. That kind of suggests that she'll probably be able to adjust to parenthood responsibilities. So I would give the song a letter grade of an A+. Papa Don't Preach is powerful, and the socially conscious message is oddly augmented by that pulsating pop beat. Musically, the song, it has like this strong contrast between its various string embellishments and a rhythmic bass groove to give it enough of an instrumental dynamic for the chorus to punch as hard as it does. The overall sound comes It comes off as more polished and refined than anything she had done up to that point, but still has that sort of like a colorful, dancey pop feel that you would expect from Madonna. Furthermore, I'm struck by how strong Madonna sounds vocally here. She's deeper into chest voice than she had ever been up to that point, and she also has this like growl that she added on top of it. I'm wondering if she took like any kind of vocal lessons before the production of the song began. She's way more focused and determined here, and I really don't hear any kind of like a reflexive head voice that was there on the first two albums. Again, it feels like Madonna doesn't take the predictable stance here. You would expect a song about teenage pregnancy from her to be a more daring play on the whole my body, my choice thing, which tends to argue more for the opposite side of the conversation. That she's so emphatic about keeping her baby is interesting, especially since I wouldn't expect her father to be pro-abortion. Madonna's character in the song is a bit petulant, naive, and even slightly imprecise in her talk with Papa. At one point she says, what I need right now is some good advice, but the rest of the lyrics suggest that she's just looking to him to give her his blessing without any preaching. Does she really want Papa's advice, or is she really kind of just wanting him to back off and let her handle it? There are contradictory moments in the song that I don't think were planned, but ultimately don't really impede the greater message. You know, it may have even added some like authenticity to the subject matter since the character is supposed to be a teenager. So I would give the video a letter grade of an A. Let me go ahead and address the 180 change in looks that Madonna brought forth with this video. The classy short blonde cut with the black spandex and the bustier I think was a real glow up. Even the scenes where she's playing a teenager in jeans has this more toned down and refined resonance than how she looked before. The video has sort of a 80s made for TV movie feel to it, or maybe a dark episode of Roseanne. It plays perfectly in sync with the lyrics and has a lot of character development for a 5-minute clip. Madonna does a good job of playing both herself in the performance segments and also as a pensive pregnant teen. Both she and Danny Aiello sell the resentment, awkwardness, and ultimate reconciliation of the whole scenario. That said, the video, however, creates a conflict in my mind. Madonna's character is pregnant and emphatically insists on keeping the baby okay, but looking at Papa, does he really seem like the type who would condone abortion or even an adoption? Based on how he's presented in the video, he seems like this old school conservative Italian father who probably wouldn't. He also seems like the type that would probably insist on the boy who impregnates his daughter marry her so that she wouldn't be an unwed mother. So while no father is going to be happy about his teenage daughter being pregnant, Madonna's whole narrative theoretically comes across like she's basically doing what he would want her to do in this situation anyway. But the overall grade for everything is going to be an A. This is still a great song, a great video. I'm looking forward to more of this era. I think it's off to a great start, but how do you feel about it? How do you feel about Madonna's Papa Don't Preach? Leave me some comments, like and subscribe, and until next time, peace.